Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video.
A VPN is a virtual private network that protects your internet connection and privacy online. It protects your online identity by hiding your IP address and allows you to use public Wi-Fi hotspots safely. NordVPN gives you peace of mind that your data and personal information is secure. It's so easy to use with a one-click connection or enable auto-connect for zero-click protection. NordVPN has servers in 60 countries, so whether you're at home, working, or traveling to other countries, you can have the best connection wherever you are. If a platform isn't available in your country, all you have to do is change your virtual location. NordVPN is the fastest VPN out there and is confirmed by test speeds. It is supported on 6 devices such as Android, iOS, and even Android TV. NordVPN encrypts all your traffic so your internet provider can't slow down your streaming speed.
Get exclusive NordVPN deals at nordvpn.com/redpoppyranch. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
Click the link in the description to get your NordVPN security today. Like it ought to. Back to your city. If you like board and batten siding as much as I do, then this might be a suggestion for you. But the biggest problem with traditional board and batten siding is the backing, especially with green wood. If you don't have the proper backing in, the wood is going to move around, as it has on multiple places on both the house and the shop. I knew the wood would move around a little bit, and after thinking about this for the last few weeks, this is how I solved the backing problem with board and batten siding. I installed 1.5" flat steel across the front of the house, securing the steel to every stud. Now I can secure the board and batten siding to the steel regardless of where the studs are at, and the board and batten siding will not go anywhere. I installed the proper backing for the second story when I was originally framing the house, but unless I'm willing to tear off all the drywall, this is basically my only option for the first story. I'm trying to hand pick the wood and be very selective about where I put the wood across the front of the house here, because this side of the house will be seen more than anything else. And because I have a limited amount of this wood, I'm quite concerned that I'm going to run out of wood before I run out of house. And I just can't find it anywhere. It's something I would have to probably order and wait a long time to get. So I'll probably end up going over to my favorite sawmill, being very picky about the wood that I buy, and I'll probably have to play around with that wood just a little bit to see if I can get it to look close enough to the existing wood that the average person can't tell. But again, that wood is green cut, so that wood's going to want to move around as well. Any house wrap that you used is designed to breathe, and so you really shouldn't have any more than 2 layers, because obviously the more layers you have, the less the house can breathe. Adding a second layer is just going to ensure that things are going to stay dry, but if we happen to live in a climate where we got excessive rainfall, I would not install the board and batten this way. I would do like they oftentimes do in the Northwest or in places that get excessive amounts of rain, and I would use furring strips and build a gap between the house and the siding so that it allows both the house and the wood to breathe and stay dry. But the building codes do not require that I fur the siding out in this case. But we just flat don't get that kind of rain around here. Believe it or not, this is still a desert where we live. And as I pull the siding off, I see absolutely no evidence that enough water has ever gotten behind the siding to do any damage. If you remember the early videos when I originally wrapped the Tyvek around the house while I was framing it, hanging the house wrap from the rafters allowed me to pull the house wrap out as I needed to, and I was able to wrap it around the house in one piece for the most part. So first thing in the mornings, I've decided I'm going to come out here, and whether it's the shop vac or whether it's simply using dish soap and a little bit of water, I'm going to start dealing with all of these bugs, the box elder bugs, because we've never had box elder bugs and wasps in the month of March. And so if they're already this bad, what's it going to look like in July? After our oldest son rolled his truck over winter, we managed to find that 1996 Power Stroke that needed a little bit of work. We put the work into it, he drove it, he eventually sold that, and last week we found him a 1991 Nissan truck. But it seems the kids these days are all about the imports from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And as Rhett's dad, I'm totally okay with it, because Rhett's probably not going to get caught drag racing in that little truck anytime soon. It gets great gas mileage, which is important right now, and it only has about 190,000 miles on it, and he's really excited about it. And hopefully we don't have to do too much unexpected work on any trucks in the near future, because we've got some fun projects planned this summer. My OCD is most certainly getting the better of me, but I'm finding the highest quality pieces that we have that have the least amount of imperfections, and I'm trying to get it looking as good as it possibly can. There's a slight possibility that all of the tin accents may also go away at some point this summer, and I might install some stucco stone. But I'll get the siding done first, then we'll stain it, and I'll do my best to be done with the board and batten siding on the main house for a long, long time. But it looks like with the sealer and the stain that we're going to use, the wood will require attention every 4 to 6 years. I will continue to build many different things around the place with wood, knowing that it's higher maintenance, because in my opinion, I really shouldn't be building with anything else up here. The fact that the wood is a little bit higher maintenance kind of comes with the territory. Over the last few years, as I have played around with board and batten siding, I have learned that it's very important to pay attention to where your lines fall and where the batten strips will go in relation to the window trim. As I was installing the window trim around these two front windows, I noticed that the batten strips above did not line up properly with the window. Because the batten strips on the second story did not line up exactly with the window trim the way that I hoped that it would have to install a very narrow batten strip, which would not look right to me. So the solution to the problem was to simply make a thicker window trim. I made all of the window trim on this first floor about 1/2 of an inch wider than on the second floor, and the average person would never know it had I not said something. But to me, now the batten strips line up, and it looks the way that it should. By the way, the board and batten siding has never laid down so flat. The 3/16 flat stock ended up working out perfectly. By the way, I'm not using any nails as I reinstall all of the board and batten. I am pre-drilling every hole, and I'm running a narrow deck screw through the board and batten into the house. And it's definitely taking more time because this wood has dried a little bit. I took the siding off of 3 sides of the house, thinking that would be more than enough to do around the front. But I am finding that my standard is causing a lot of this wood to be set aside. And at the moment, I'm not sure where to get any more in a timely manner. I think I have a few pieces up on the hill tucked away that I'm going to try to find. And then at some point I've got to take the front porch off to finish the siding across the front. So that's going to become part of the project as well. But I'm going to continue working on this, and I must say, the look is perfect. The issue that I'm now up against is what I'm going to have to do to get the first and the second story to match. I may actually have to paint the first story with the gray stain first. Then I may have to hit the second story with a sander just a little bit. And then I think we've settled on a dark gray stain to cover the wood with one last time. And hopefully, like I said, we don't have to do it again for 4 to 6 years. On our next video, I will continue to work on the siding and hopefully get a lot of it done. But the wrecked excavator should be back online as well, so that should be fun.